Thank you for watching this video on completing the non-public school approval document submission process. This year, schools will submit all documents for BESI approval via an online survey. The purpose of this video is to familiarize schools with the online survey tool. However, before we go through this video about the online survey tool, please note that before starting the submission process, schools should gather electronic versions of all required documents listed on the NPS approval checklist, which looks something like this. The documents that you'll need to save to your computer include the Brumfield v. Dodd compliance report and the associated documents, the school inspection reports from both the fire marshal and the Department of Health and Hospitals, proof of your principal certification, and for schools that are accredited, a letter of accreditation from a qualified accrediting agency. Some schools will also need to save electronic copies of their program of study, their returning applicant questionnaire, or for new schools, the new applicant questionnaire. Again, it is highly recommended that you save electronic copies of all BESI approval documents prior to starting the online submission process, as you may lose your data if you don't submit all the information at the same time. For the rest of this video, I'll walk schools through the process for submitting all BESI approval documents. So here we have the main page. You can access this either by clicking on the link in the newsletter, by clicking on the link that was emailed to you, or by copying and pasting that link up here into any browser window. If you need to access the checklist again, it's linked right here. If you need to access this video, it's linked right here. So this is the first page. I'm going to go ahead and enter myself as a new school seeking approval for the first time. But as you can see, any BESI approved school from the previous school year should have their site code and name in this drop-down list. I'm going to go ahead and enter my school leader's first name and my school leader's email address. This is required. Same for my testing coordinator's name and email address. In this case, the school leader and the testing coordinator are the same person. That's not always going to be the case. I'm going to go ahead and list the physical address of my school. And then my testing coordinator's email address. Now here's where I will select all of the grades that are taught at my school. I need to select everyone that I have at my school, which includes pre-K 4 through 4th grade. Now that I've checked all those, I can move on. Anytime you see a red asterisk, that means that the question is required. It looks like there's some sort of mistake. I verify the address. Once I verified the address, I can move on to the next page, which I have done here. Now is when I get to the document submission process. So this first question is asking me to upload my fire safety inspection report. So just like I do when I attach an email, I click on that button. I have all of my documents already saved to my computer. I attach the fire and safety inspection report, and I move on to the next question, which is, what is the date and year of your most recent fire safety inspection report? It was most recently completed on July 31st of 2018-19, which means it won't expire until July 30th of 2019. Next question, I do the same for DHH, which I already have saved to my computer. Same idea, this was also completed on July 31st of 2018. This question is optional, so you won't see this red asterisk. It says, if I've made any significant changes to my purpose, direction, curriculum and assessments, technology, or leadership, upload the relevant program of study or returning applicant questionnaire documents. I'm going to go ahead and upload my program of study because I have significantly changed the courses that I'm teaching. This is especially relevant for high schools that maybe add a significant number of new courses. Move on. Oh, it says this date is not valid. The reason why is because I don't have a 0 in front of that 7. Once I fix that, I should be able to submit and move on to the next page. Yep, here we are. So I next need to upload my Brumfield versus Dodd compliance report. This document, the Brumfield versus Dodd compliance report, is linked in this checklist. If I click on this hyperlink, I should be able to access that document. It's also available on the LDOE website. You can access it by typing this URL into any browser. But because I have all my documents completed already, I'm going to go ahead and attach my Brumfield versus Dodd compliance report. This next question is about the non-discriminatory policy, which again, if you need guidelines for completing the non-discriminatory policy, you can access by typing this link into any browser window. But again, I've already saved it to my computer. I just attach it like I'm attaching an email. Up next, question 12A from this form, the Brumfield versus Dodd compliance report, requires that I describe in detail the efforts made by my school to publicize our non-discriminatory admissions policy. I've gone ahead and typed that in here. I've said we had newspaper advertisements dated on these 4 dates. We have it on our Nonpublic Schools Academy website, and we also passed out brochures that included our non-discriminatory admissions policy at the February, March, and April farmers market. So that is my answer to 12A from this Brumfield versus Dodd compliance report. And now I'm attaching the documents showing that I did all of those things, which I have saved in my computer. I've saved a PDF of the newspaper ads, the website screenshot, and the farmers market brochures that we passed out. You can either attach these one at a time, or you can hold down usually your shift key and click on all 3 of them at once. Once I click open, all 3 of them should be attached. I can move on to the next page. My school does not currently participate in the Louisiana Scholarship Program because I'm applying as a new school for the purposes of this video. Do I plan to participate in the Louisiana Scholarship Program for 2019-20? Yes, I do. If I answered yes, this is an optional question. If you answered yes to the question above, list the name and contact information of your primary contact for the scholarship program. I enter my first name, last name, and contact information. And the reason I do that is so that in October, the department can reach out to me and ask how many students and in what grades I would like to accept students in the scholarship program. Moving on, this is a decision point in the survey, so you need to check whether or not you were BESI approved last year and are applying for approval for next school year, whether or not you're applying for BESI approval for the first time, or the more rare, a school that was not BESI approved last year but has been BESI approved in the past. I'm applying for the first time. My school, my fictional school, is accredited, so I'm going to go ahead and click next. You can also choose my school is not accredited, or my school is accredited by someone other than SACS, Advanced Ed, or a member organization of NAIS. My fictional school is accredited by Advanced Ed. So it asks me to attach my letter of accreditation, which I have already saved to my computer. And it asks me for the day that my accreditation expires, which is November the 3rd of 2021. Up next, I need to show that my principal of my school has either a master's degree from an accredited institution or has principalship on their Louisiana teaching certificate. Now to do that, I can go to teachlouisiana.net, or I can attach a PDF of my master's degree. So I'm going to go to teachlouisiana.net in any browser. Go ahead and I made sure to open up a new browser tab. I didn't want to navigate away from the information I've already submitted. Once I'm at teachlouisiana.net, I'll go to verify a certificate. Sometimes you need to click it twice. And then I'll go ahead and type in a name, the name of my principal. if I click on link to see more, and then I can print this certificate into a PDF file. It looks like this. You can see that my principal has a master's degree. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as my principal certification. Now I go back to my form, which again was in a different tab, and I upload my principal certification. These next two questions ask the person filling out the form to initial, which you just click and hold your mouse and drag it down. I've initialed. If I don't like the way that looks, I can click the clear button. And then again, I'm holding down, I'm clicking on my mouse and holding down while I drag my cursor around. I have initialed to certify that all of my staff members meet the requirements to teach, and I have initialed to make sure that all of my staff members have background checks conducted by the Louisiana Bureau of Criminal Investigation and not a third-party organization. Because I'm applying as a new school, I need to upload my new applicant questionnaire. And then if I was applying as a high school, I would need to upload my program of study. As you remember from the beginning, I'm applying for pre-K through 4th grade, so I'm not going to upload that document. It's optional because there's no red asterisk. I click Next. I enter my name because I'm the person completing the form. I enter my email address. And then finally, I sign this document certifying that the information here is accurate to the best of my knowledge. And this is a signature. It's just like the initial pages where you hold down, you click your mouse and you hold down as you drag your cursor around. And that is my cursive on a computer. I hit submit. It may take a moment. And once you see this page, it says, your submission has been received. If you have additional questions, please contact nonpublicschools@la.gov. Once you see this page, you know that your item has been submitted and you do not need to email anybody. This is confirmation enough that your form has been submitted. You should also receive an email in your inbox. The person filling out this form should receive a confirmation email once everything has been submitted and everything has been uploaded accurately. Thank you for watching this video on completing the BESI approval document submission process. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to nonpublicschools@la.gov. Have a great day.